At the Currency Museum, someone says that the bank requires hoarders 1,000,000 pennies long in jars and basements across North America, abandoned like preserves, or the entire system would collapse. I don't know if I believe this. Your grandmother's toil buried on dusty shelf. Economies thrive on basement milk bottles and forgotten cupboard rolls. The reason why pennies haven't been discontinued, despite debate every half-decade, despite reduced copper per coin and the nickel or so now cost to produce, no bank could handle the weight of return. The same logic for commemorative coins to remove from circulation. The year the Canadian Mint issued provincial quarters, originally to be distributed through each of their home provinces' banks, the truckload of Prince Edward Island quarters was hijacked before the controversial interprovincial bridge. Imagine the entire province's shipment of commemorative coins that couldn't be spent, lest those responsible be caught. Authorities presumed an inside job. They couldn't spend a dime. I've been wondering lately if animated cartoon character SpongeBob SquarePants a product of 1950s nuclear testing. He's a sponge, he's square, he wears pants, explained the character Jake to his grandmother on 2.5 Men, SpongeBob SquarePants. Like an animated drug hallucination, living at Bikini Bottom with best friend Patrick, a starfish, surrounded by a cadre of undersea misfits. Consider the double entendre that we always miss, not just a sexual allure of a misplaced bathing suit from some nubile young female. Bikini Bottom, a dark undertone. Floating out in the Pacific beneath Bikini Atoll, and a test at named Two-Piece, nuclear foreshadow of Bombshell Blonde, striking fear and excitement in the hearts of men. The Japanese built their Godzilla for their fallout from nuclear trauma, crawled from the depths to wreak havoc upon their great cities, and the Americans something cuddly and castrated, far more benign and yet somehow more devious, making waves through Pacific. One afternoon in the city, a police cruiser sideswiped at top speed and a major intersection loses a concrete barrier. Witnesses can tell who at fault, but the next morning the newspaper is strangely silent. Alternately, a comedian points out 3 important Canadians die daily in Toronto's Globe and Mail, an impossible average. Quite the difference from growing up when the weekly rural newspaper would report in what seemed, from the outside, the smallest, most insignificant details, a neighbor going into the hospital or an aunt in a week from the east.